Hey party people, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I absolutely love packable items and packable gear. I've done packable backpacks, packable slings, I recently did a packable cooler, and this is another great packable backpack from Matador. This is the Matador Refraction Packable Backpack. And look how small this thing packs down. In its packed size, it's 5.5 by 8 by 3 inches. So this could fit easily into a personal item bag. It could fit into a larger sling. You could throw it in your pocket if you wear cargo pockets. Are cargo pants even still a thing? Anyway, this thing retails for $60 US, and it comes with a 3-year total protection warranty, so you know that if this gets ripped or torn or it has any kind of product issues, you have 3 years to replace it with Matador. So I think that's a nice added bonus. So let's unpack this thing and take a look at what it looks like in its unpacked form. So all I have to do is unzip this and kind of push it out of its little pocket here. And then the little pocket that it pushes out of actually becomes a little quick stash pocket at the yoke of the bag. So I can close it up, kind of loft this out. And you can see the way that this backpack looks. And for a packable backpack, yeah, it's gonna lack structure because that's the point of a packable backpack. But this one actually looks really nice and it kind of looks like a regular backpack. I got it in the black colorway, but it also comes in a slate blue and an Arctic white color as well. So if you check out their website, you could see all the different color options. It has a 16-liter capacity and it weighs 7.9 ounces. So it's less than half a pound. So it's really good if you're kind of like an ultralight packer or ultralight camper. You need to go backpacking and you want a day pack for short hikes from base camp. You have an option here. So this is a really great way to carry a super lightweight backpack. Its dimensions unpacked are 17 by 10 by 7.5 inches. And that really allows you to use this as a personal item. So if you're 2-bag traveling, you could use this as your personal item, shove it under the plane seat. Most domestic airlines, as well as most international airlines, will accept those dimensions. And if you really want to challenge yourself and be a super minimalist packer, you could even pack a whole week's worth of clothing and gear in here and see if you can make it. So I think that would be a fun challenge to do sometime myself. It's very lightweight, but it's also weatherproof because it has a 100D recycled nylon exterior that has PU treatment for weatherproofing. It's got really nice YKK zippers throughout that have a PU coating on them for additional weatherproofing, and it's PFC free and made from recycled materials, so you know it's at least sustainable. And if we take a quick look at the outside of the bag, you can see it has a very slim profile. It's a 16-liter bag, so it's a little bit small. It's got a really nice minimal look to it. The aesthetic is very nice. It looks like a regular backpack. And then the carry straps even look like regular carry straps. You have a nice little sternum strap here. You have adjustable straps. And yeah, the nylon's very thin, but this is trying to stay lightweight and be packable, so I wouldn't worry too much about not having the thickest straps or the thickest padding. There's enough here and enough structure to be comfortable, I assure you. And all of the little zippers have paracord with some heat shrink at the end, and it makes them look and function really nicely. And they're just really smooth zippers. So because they're PU coated, obviously there's a little bit more resistance than regular zippers, but the PU coated zippers they have here actually function really nicely. It has really nice feeling nylon materials. It's got this nice kind of meshy pocket on the front that feels really nice. A really classy minimal Matador logo. Like I said, I really like the font here. You have these zipper guards where they're these little attachment points, but you can kind of thread the zipper through them so that if someone was walking behind you and wanted to steal from your bag, it would be hard for them to do so easily and they'd have to fiddle with something, giving you time to get away. So I always think those little touches are a nice little security feature. These sternum straps on these are on a rail system that are kind of hooked in, so you can just unhook them and move them to the next line in the track if you need to adjust this up or down. I always prefer when it's a rail system, but I understand for a packable backpack that might not always be possible, so this functions well enough, I feel like. The hardware, like I said, is a little bit smaller since this is a packable bag and you're not going to be carrying as much weight, but I still like that there's nice adjustable straps here. It has a pretty small but decent little carry handle at the top that's made of nylon, so if you needed to move this bag around, you have that ability. And then on the sides, you also have 2 water bottle pockets here. So it's nice to have a decent sized water bottle pocket, and these ones function really well. They're stretchy mesh. They can fit larger water bottles. My hand goes all the way down, so they're tall enough to accommodate taller water bottles. And I think for a packable backpack, they actually went the extra mile to add in a lot of regular backpack features to make this seem like it's not just a throwaway packable backpack. And now let's see how easy it is to repack it back up. So if I open up this yoke pocket, I can kind of fold it into itself. And the hardest part with packable backpacks is always fitting the straps in these little pockets here, but this one was actually pretty easy. See how quickly I was able to kind of mash it back in here? And then you can just zip it closed. And then you have it in this nice little form factor here. And it's got a little attachment point, so you could put this on a carabiner on the outside of a bag. You could put it on your belt loop. And it's a nice little grab handle on the end here. It has the Matador logo. It says Packable Backpack, 16 liters. So you know exactly what this is. And this could fit easily into a backpack or a travel bag of any sort. So I think it's a really nice form factor here. Although to be fair, when I'm packing packable backpacks, a lot of times I won't even pack them back into their original pouch, just because honestly, sometimes it's harder to make room for a little pouch that takes up that kind of volume versus just laying it flat into a bag. So if I have a large travel backpack or a personal item bag, I can honestly just lay this flat along the back of the bag. And this packs away nice enough as it is without even folding it up into its little pack sack there. So I think honestly, when I pack, I would probably do it like this, but either way could work for you. And either way, it doesn't take up a lot of space. And it's a really useful thing to kind of pack into a backpack or travel bag. Now we can take a closer look at some of the materials and features of this bag so that you can see them up close. So like I said, the front of the bag has this mesh that kind of wraps around. So you have the 2 mesh water bottle pockets here. So then I can show you the capacity of one of those water bottle pockets. So this is the Membrane Solutions filtered water bottle. It's made from Nalgene and it has that nice little filter inside. And this is just a really nice water bottle. And it's large enough to supply me with water for a day if I'm out hiking. So let's see if I can fit this in here. And yeah, this water bottle fits perfectly and goes all the way to the bottom here. So I could technically fit 2 of these in here because I have the little water bottle pocket on this side. That's the same size, it's symmetrical. Or you could put a tripod, you could put a travel umbrella or anything you want in there. Then you have this front mesh pocket that's quick access and it goes down the whole front of the bag. So in there, I'm going to put my little Humangear utensil set. It has a fork, a spoon, chopsticks, and a toothpick, and it comes in this little protective case. Then I also have this Humangear GoCup. This is just an expandable cup or small bowl, and it has a lid that has little containers in it. So it makes this double as kind of a small item container or something to carry sauce or seasonings, as well as a deployable cup and bowl. So I'll put that in there. And then I'll close that pocket up. Fits nicely. And then like I said, the rest of the bag is made from that 100D recycled nylon. So it's very lightweight, but also weatherproof. It's not super scratchy or crinkly. And it has kind of a nice look to it in this black color. So I like the minimal nature of this. If I flip it over, we can take a closer look at the carry system. So you have these decently padded carry straps. And for a packable bag, these are pretty good carry straps. They're stitched really nicely along the outside. They have this bar stitching here to keep it closed. They have something inside that gives it a little bit of structure and a little bit of padding. So they're actually really nice. And then like I said, you have this sternum strap that's on a rail system so you can unhook it and move it up or down. You have this little Matador logo loop here that you can use as an attachment point for something like your keys or a flashlight if you're out walking. You have decent little hardware here that makes these straps adjustable. But like I said, these are kind of paper thin straps. So I would be careful about them over time, but I think for a packable backpack that they'd work just fine. You have the same thing on the other side. And then there's not really any structure to the back of the bag here, so you would absolutely feel anything that's inside. So keep that in mind when you're packing it out, that you don't have anything pointy that's gonna be sticking into your back. Your best idea would be to take a notebook, a book, or some kind of small laptop or tablet device and put it along the back of the bag so that it does give it some structure, and that would really improve your comfort there. And then there's 2 little attachment points at the back here that you could use to attach things on the side of the bag, secure your water bottle in the water bottle pocket, anything like that. I mentioned the little grab handle at the top. Then you have this little quick access pocket at the top here. Great little pocket that you could use for sunglasses, your wallet, your keys, or anything. And this is the pocket that it packs back into. So it's a really useful thing there. And then, like I said, it has these little loops that you can thread the zipper through. And then if you push this all the way through here, it makes it harder to open this zipper. And then someone behind you wouldn't be able to just easily get into your bag and steal things from you. So I think that's a nice little security feature as well. Then if we go into the main compartment here, you have this double YKK zipper, so you can open it from either side. All the zippers are PU coated. And the inside of this bag is just a large open dump pocket, so you can fit larger items. I'm going to put in my Bellroy Hanging Toiletry Kit, just so I have deodorant and things like that, and suntan lotion when I'm on the beach. And then speaking of the beach, I just have this Matador Packable Beach Towel. I love this thing. It packs down super small. And if I'm going for a beach day, or I need a small blanket when I'm on the plane, or you just need someplace to sit if you're going on a picnic, this is a great little option. So I'll throw that in there. And it actually has a decent amount of volume, especially for a day pack. So then I can shut this pocket up by zipping it closed. And then the last thing to add in here is in that little yoke pocket at the top that this packs back into. For my quick access item, I have this Matador Mesh Pocket Organizer that has all of my med kit in it. So it has all of my pills, it has nail clippers, chapstick, cough drops, all kinds of different medication, band-aids, gloves, things like that. Anything you'd need for like a small individual first aid kit. And I can just put that in the yoke pocket here. And as you can see, even when it's fully loaded out with all the gear I might bring to a beach trip, there's still a ton of room here to fit extra gear. It doesn't seem super bulky or lumpy or anything like that. And I think it still maintains a pretty nice profile even when it's loaded out. So that's really nice and a lot of high praise from me as far as a packable backpack goes. And this is how the Matador Refraction Packable Backpack looks like on my body. I'm 5'11" for reference, and it feels very comfortable. Even though it's a packable bag and I have it loaded out, the straps feel pretty comfortable. It's got a nice little sternum strap here. It would be nice if they included a small strap keeper here and on the carry straps, but that's a really minor complaint. It doesn't feel uncomfortable against my back because of the way I have it loaded out. It actually has a very slim, sleek, minimal profile, and for a packable backpack, it looks like a real backpack. It doesn't look goofy. It doesn't look too small on my body. It sits right at my lower back. And I think this might be my new favorite packable backpack. So in closing, I absolutely think that the Matador Refraction Packable Backpack is a great option if you're looking for a packable backpack. It looks like a regular backpack. It looks aesthetically nice. It would fit into a business or an urban or even a backpacking setting. You could take it to the beach. It's useful as a personal item. It fits larger water bottles. It packs back into itself really small, or you could just pack it flat. It fits all the gear you need. It's comfortable. I think for $60, you absolutely cannot go wrong with the Matador Refraction Packable Backpack. I'm definitely going to add it into my rotation of packable bags, and I'll probably even take it on my next trip, so I'll report back on results there. If you want more packable backpack reviews, or you have packable backpacks that you'd like me to review, please leave a comment below. Please like, comment, and subscribe on this channel if you're interested in videos like this, because it really helps the channel out a lot. Thank you as always for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Take care.